Huntington Park, California. Huntington Park is a city in the Gateway Cities district of southeastern Los Angeles County, California. As of the 2010 census, the city had a total population of 58,114, down from 61,348 at the 2000 census. History. Named for prominent industrialist Henry E. Huntington, Huntington Park was incorporated in 1906 as a streetcar suburb on the Los Angeles Railway for workers in the rapidly expanding industries to the southeast of downtown Los Angeles. To this day, about 30% of its residents work at factories in nearby Vernon and Commerce. The stretch of Pacific Boulevard in downtown Huntington Park was a major commercial district serving the city's largely working-class residents, as well as those of neighboring cities such as Bell, Cudahy, Southgate, and Downey. As with most of the other cities along the corridor stretching along the Los Angeles River to the south and southeast of downtown Los Angeles, Huntington Park was an almost exclusively white community during most of its history. Alameda Street and Slauson Avenue, which were fiercely defended segregation lines in the 1950s, separated it from black areas. The changes that shaped Los Angeles from the late 1970s onward, the decline of American manufacturing that began in the 1970s, the rapid growth of newer suburbs in Orange County, the eastern San Gabriel, western San Fernando and Conejo valleys, the collapse of the aerospace and defense industry at the end of the Cold War, and the implosion of the Southern California real estate boom in the early 1990s resulted in the wholesale departure of virtually all of the white population of Huntington Park. By the mid-1990s, the vacuum was filled almost entirely by two groups of Latinos, upwardly mobile families eager to leave the barrios of East Los Angeles, and recent Mexican immigrants. Today, Pacific Boulevard is once again a thriving commercial strip, serving as a major retail center for working-class residents of southeastern Los Angeles County. But unlike its previous heyday of the 1930s, the signs along the avenue's storefronts are now primarily in Spanish. Geography. Before California abolished judicial townships, sometime after 1960, Huntington Park was located in San Antonio Township. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 3.0 square miles, 7.8 square kilometers, all land. Cities surrounding Huntington Park include Bell, Cudahy, Los Angeles, Maywood, Southgate, and Vernon. In addition, unincorporated areas, including Florence Graham and Walnut Park, are adjacent to Huntington Park. Climate. On average, there are 286 sunny days per year in Huntington Park, California. Annually the snowfall is 0 inches. The July high is around 82 degrees. The January low is 48. As of 2015, the average high temperatures have risen, ranging from the low to mid-90s. Demographics. 2012. A 2012 study by the California Center for Public Health Advocacy found Huntington Park, California had the highest percentage of overweight children in all of California, with 53% of the city's child population being obese or overweight. 2010 census. The 2010 United States Census reported that Huntington Park had a population of 58,114. The population density was 19,270.0 people per square mile, 7,440.2/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of Huntington Park was 56,445, 97.1%. Hispanic or Latino, 29,776, 51.2%. White, 1.6%. Non-Hispanic white, 440, 0.8%. African American, 752, 1.3%. Native American, 393, 0.7%. Asian, 28, 0.0%. Pacific Islander, 24,535, 42.2%, from other races, and 2,190, 3.8%, from two or more races. The census reported that 57,859 people, 99.6% of the population, lived in households, 248, 0.4%, lived in non-institutionalized group quarters, and 7.0%, were institutionalized. There were 14,597 households, out of which 8,581, 58.8%, had children under the age of 18 living in them, 7,461, 51.1%, were opposite-sex married couples living together, 3,212, 22.0%, had a female householder with no husband present, 1,623, 11.1%, had a male householder with no wife present. There were 1,377, 9.4%, unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 81, 0.6%, same-sex married couples or partnerships. 1,644 households, 11.3%, were made up of individuals, and 694, 4.8%, had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 3.96. There were 12,296 families, 84.2% of all households. The average family size was 4.19. The population was spread out with 18,439 people, 31.7%, under the age of 18, 6,984 people, 12.0%, aged 18 to 24, 17,886 people, 30.8%, aged 25 to 44, 10,942 people, 18.8%, aged 45 to 64, and 3,863 people, 6.6%, who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 28.9 years. For every 100 females, there were 99.6 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 97.8 males. There were 15,151 housing units at an average density of 5,023.9 per square mile, 1,939.7/km superscript 2, of which 3,936, 27.0%, were owner-occupied, and 10,661, 73.0%, were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 1.5%, the rental vacancy rate was 3.2%. 18,054 people, 31.1% of the population, lived in owner-occupied housing units, and 39,805 people, 68.5%, lived in rental housing units. During 2009-2013, Huntington Park had a median household income of $36,397, with 28.7% of the population living below the federal poverty line. 2000 census. According to the census of 2000, there were 61,348 people, 14,860 households, and 12,660 families residing in the city. The population density was 20,252.4 inhabitants per square mile, 7,817.4/km superscript 2. There were 15,335 housing units at an average density of 5,062.4 per square mile, 1,954.1/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of the city was 41.4% white, 0.8% Black or African American, 1.0% Native American, 0.80% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 51.1% from other races, and 4.9% from two or more races. 95.6% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. As of 2000, speakers of Spanish as their first language accounted for 90.77% of residents, while English was spoken by 9.17%, Chinese by 0.05% of the population. There were 14,860 households, out of which 58.3% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 55.4% were married couples living together, 20.3% had a female householder with no husband present, and 14.8% were non-families. 10.9% of all households were made up of individuals, and 4.8% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 4.12 and the average family size was 4.34. In the city, the population was spread out, with 35.8% under the age of 18, 13.0% from 18 to 24, 32.3% from 25 to 44, 13.8% from 45 to 64, and 5.1% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 26 years. For every 100 females, there were 100.3 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 98.3 males. The median income for a household in the city was $28,941, and the median income for a family was $29,844. Males had a median income of $21,039 versus $16,733 for females. The per capita income for the city was $9,340. About 23.3% of families and 25.2% of the population were below the poverty line, including 31.5% of those under age 18 and 18.7% of those age 65 or over. Arts and culture. Pacific Boulevard. Architecture. Notable streamline modern architecture includes the Lane Wells Company Building and the W. W. Henry Company Building. Art Deco architecture is found in Huntington Park's commercial district, and include the former theaters along Pacific Boulevard. The 1,468-seat Warner Theater on Pacific Boulevard opened in 1930, and was designed by B. Marcus Preitka. The California Theater opened in 1925 and was operated by Fox Theaters as the Fox California Theater. In the 1980s it was known as the California 3 Theater. The theater closed in 2006 and was later converted into a retail space. It was renamed California 2 Theaters, and now there is a tuxedo shop along with other retail stores and restaurants. Festival and fairs. Pacific Boulevard, the commercial business street of Huntington Park, has been the location for festivals, carnival fairs, and parades. The Carnival Primavera is held each year for 3 days across 9 blocks of Pacific Boulevard in Huntington Park. The event features Central American and Mexican food, carnival rides, games, and live music. Public libraries. County of Los Angeles Public Library operates the Huntington Park Library. Government. In the California State Senate, Huntington Park is in the 33rd Senate District, represented by Democrat Lena Gonzalez. In the California State Assembly, Huntington Park is split between the 53rd Assembly District, represented by Democrat Miguel Santiago, and the 59th Assembly District, represented by Democrat Reggie Jones Sawyer. In the United States House of Representatives, Huntington Park is in California's 40th Congressional District, represented by Democrat Lucille Roybal Allard. Education. Huntington Park is zoned to schools in the Los Angeles Unified School District. Public elementary schools in Huntington Park include. Public middle schools include. Public high schools include. In addition, Pacific Boulevard Special Education Center, ungraded, is in the city. Private schools include. Infrastructure. Emergency services. Fire protection in Huntington Park is provided by the Los Angeles County Fire Department. The Huntington Park Police Department provides law enforcement. Transportation. Bus services are provided by both the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, and Huntington Park's own Combi bus service. Notable people.